All right, thank you for joining us. We are going to have an info session on our program. So thank you for joining. Thank you for our friends that are joining our program right now. So let me see how we could start. So thank you. This is the director of the English Language Institute at the College of Staten Island. And we're going to have an info session about our programs, about our English program, about the modalities we have right now, and also the courses, the schedule, the dates that we have. So thank you for joining us this morning, and for the ones that are not going to be able to watch it right now, no problem. This is going to be recorded and it's going to be shown on our social media as well. So before we go, and this is also going to be provided in our other social media platforms, in Instagram next week, but also in other languages. So we're going to try to give this info session in Spanish as well, and also different topics. We're going to try to do these info sessions in other languages as much as possible. So let me see, and how do we start? So let's see. So we're gonna try to start with a little tip here on something I always see in. So before we go with, I hope I'm sharing correctly. Yes, I guess so. All right. So let's see. Usually people say responsible. Do you have the same problem? Is this the correct spelling anyway? Responsible or not? So let's see if this is the right word. Or responsible. How do you say it? How do you think you are saying this correctly? So this is a usual common mistake, right? Some people that when they write this word, and probably because in their own language, if it's a Roman language, if it's Italian, or if it's French, or if it's Spanish, usually the spelling could be confusing, right? So, or the other words, responsible or responsibility, or responsible or responsibility. Yeah, the right word, it's with I. That's the right word, responsible, responsibility. And so next time you have this little doubt, you can choose the letter I, responsible. That's the right word, responsibility. Yeah, the adjective and the adverb. So, or the noun, sorry. So, so that's pretty much what you can type of classes that you're going to have in our program. Again, this is a an info session for students that are already in the US and or they are outside the US that want to learn about our programs, that either want to come to the US or they want to take our online program. No problem. Let me we're going to have more information about that later. But yeah, that's our English program at the College of Staten Island, the City University of New York. And if you are watching this info session live right now, you can write in the comments, try to write in the comments which country, which city you are in. If you have any questions, feel free to write on the comments. If you have any questions about the program, about the cost, if you want me to go back and repeat something or explain something, feel free to write in the comments, all right? But if you just want to share where you are right now, you can just write it down and we can say hello, whatever you are, if you're not in the US, all right? So yeah, a lot of people may think where Staten Island is. So Staten Island is part of New York City. And New York has 5 boroughs, and the most popular, the most touristy is Manhattan. And of course, all the tourists go over there. And but you probably heard about Queens, about Brooklyn. Those are all boroughs of New York City or the Bronx. And there's a 5th borough, there's a 5th area in New York City that is called Staten Island. And sometimes people don't know this is part of the city. So yeah, Staten Island is part of the city. It's part of New York City, even though it's very, very close to New Jersey, and it is part of New York. It is connected to New York, but it has more bridges to New Jersey. It has 3 bridges that connect to New Jersey, but and just has one bridge that connects to Brooklyn, but also has a ferry that connects to Manhattan. And there's a small, also a new paid small ferry that is called the New York City Ferry that connects Staten Island with Manhattan. So yeah, that's the location. Sometimes they ask us where our college is, where our English school is. That's where we are. So let's see. So very, very, just to get familiar with it, if this is the first time you watched about our program, if this is the first time you're trying to learn about our program, so our English program is located on campus, and the campus is in Staten Island. Actually, the area is called Willowbrook, and it's right in the middle of the island, right in the middle of Staten Island. That's where the campus is, the main campus, because there is another location near the ferry, very small location of the college where we also going to start an English program over there. Okay, so just some facts about the campus. It's just 30 minutes from the Staten Island ferry, and you can go from the campus by public bus, or you can also take the college ferry bus that goes to the ferry. And from the ferry, from Staten Island ferry, you can go to Manhattan for free on a big, big, big boat. And usually every 30 minutes, you're going to be able to take the ferry to go to Manhattan. And it has been free. I guess it's going to be free for more time. So you don't need to get tickets to go to Manhattan. A lot of people take this ferry just to watch the Statue of Liberty for free, because the ferry goes right in front. So that's kind of one of the options. And also when people arrive from overseas, if you there are a lot of international students that come to campus, you can arrive to the closest airport. It's the Newark airport. It's just 20 minutes actually from Staten Island and from campus. So near the campus, there's a big bridge that connects New Jersey, and that goes very quick to the airport. So if you're planning to come to Staten Island to study with us, my suggestion would be to arrive at Newark International Airport. But if you want to arrive at the major New York City airport, it's JFK, the Kennedy Airport. It's 40 minutes, 1 hour to Staten Island. And of course, you can arrive over there because most airlines, international airlines from other places, arrive at the most important airport in New York City. So that is JFK Airport. And anyway, it's not that far, but it's just 40 minutes. Okay. And if you wanna compare where Brooklyn is, because a lot of students sometimes live in Brooklyn, it's just 20 minutes if you just cross the bridge. But actually, to our campus, it can take 40 minutes. But at 20 minutes, you can go by car. And but if you take public transportation, of course, it can take longer. But yeah, there are public buses that go from the campus to Brooklyn. So if you want to live in Brooklyn, it's very close to the Bay Ridge area in Brooklyn. And there's a bus that the last stop actually is on campus. So any other facts about the campus? This is the largest CUNY campus. It's really, really big. Sometimes students they have to take a bus inside the campus just to go around. So because it's really huge. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's all green around. So yeah, and if you are wondering about where to stay, you can stay in our Dolphin Cove. That's the name of the student residence, and that is inside campus. If you don't want to stay here on campus, it's not mandatory. That's a typical question I get. And you can stay with host families, you can stay with friends, you can, if you have any relative in Staten Island, of course, you can stay over there if you are coming from abroad. So, so that's pretty much the campus, some facts about it. A lot of students, they just take the Staten Island ferry to go to campus. Again, you can take the CSI shuttle bus or the CSI ferry bus that goes from the ferry to campus. And there are a lot of public buses that connect the campus around the borough. So there are plenty of buses that go right in front of the campus. So yeah, there is public transportation outside the campus. So this is pretty much about our the campus, but the next session starts January 17, for example, and it's a 16-week semester that goes from January to May. So that's what we call the spring semester, and it usually starts 1 week before the college starts, the undergraduate program starts. So our English program starts 1 week before and ends around mid-May. This year, for example, next year, I'm sorry, it's going to be January 17th to May 12th. So, and that's for the spring. If you are not able to study this time next spring, we also offer classes during summer between May and August, especially June, but this next year is going to be May 30th that we're going to start our summer classes. Those are 6 weeks each. So summer 1 is 6 weeks. Summer 2 is also 6 weeks. You don't have to study both. You can study one, or you can study just summer 2. It depends on your availability. Okay, so you don't have to study all the summer, all those 2 summer terms. No problem. You can do summer 1 or 2 or both. Okay, no problem. And then the one that we are currently having right now, it's August, December. That's what we call the fall semester, right? Some people understand fall with the synonym of autumn. So that's our fall, August to December. And again, those are 16 weeks of classes. And you can also apply for that. Some students come for an entire year. Some students start in fall. You don't have to start in spring. You can start in fall for the first time, and then you continue with spring. No problem. You can start in any of those sessions. Okay, so those are and that's every year. So every year we have the same sessions. And the next question is where you have those programs. Are they online? Are they on campus? So let's see. And I see some people that are watching us right now on Facebook. So if you want to share where you are watching, if you are here in Staten Island, in New York, if you have any question, you can feel free to ask. All right. So if we can answer any question live, no problem. All right. If you are watching this video after the live video ended, no problem. You can type your questions over here and we are going to answer that later. Okay. So let's see. We are going to post this video on our YouTube channel as well. So feel free to go to our YouTube and watch this video if you want to if you want to watch something again. All right, so our programs, we have our main campus. That's where we basically work, our intensive program. Okay, we have an intensive program, which is the longest number of hours, which is from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. That's in the semester, in spring or fall, to 2:30. Those are 4.5 hours per day, from Tuesday to Friday. So no classes on Mondays during the semester. But if you join us during the summer, we add 1 more hour from 9 a.m. to 3:30, and those are 22 hours of class per week. So that's very intensive. So if you need to study more hours, if you need more intensive hours, if you need to go very fast with your English and be exposed to the language more time, my suggestion is to take this program. And also, if you are coming with an F1 student visa, that's the only program available for F1 students that want to come to campus. Okay, the semester or summer, main campus, just the daytime. Okay, the other schedules are not available for F1 students, except the online also that they can take from abroad, no problem. But that's the daytime schedule. All right, so and we also open an evening program on campus from 6 to 9. Very short, just 3 hours per day. Again, Tuesday to Friday in the semester, Monday to Thursday in the evening, in the summer term. And those are 3 hours of class per week, just 12 hours per week of class instruction. Still, you have a good number of hours to practice your English, especially for people that live here in Staten Island, that usually work from 9 to 5. You can come to campus from 6 to 9 after work and learn about reading, writing, grammar, and conversation in the evening. And if you are not available to do this program on campus, you always have the option to do this online. And online, you have classes. We offer classes from 9 to 1:30 p.m. That's the daytime. And the most popular one is in the evening. Right now, for example, we have a group of students from different cities in the US, not just in New York, that are taking our evening online program. That's from 5 p.m. to 9:30. And those are 18 hours of class per week. All right, so right now I'm very happy because we have students not just from Staten Island, but also around New York. We also have students that are in Atlanta, that are in Florida right now, that are in Charleston, but we also have students that are in their home country. They are outside the U.S. and they take our online program from their home countries. So we had students that were in France, we had students that were in Japan, even with the time difference, with the time zone difference, they were still taking our online program. So if you are in a different country and you cannot come to the US, no problem. You can also take our online program, and you have reading and writing, and you have grammar classes over there. You have conversation, so you can improve your pronunciation, your speaking skills, and also you have a TOEFL preparation course, and you have the TOEFL ITP test the last day of the program that it's included. So the TOEFL, for the ones that are not familiar with that, it's an official English test, and it's usually used for applying to an undergraduate or a graduate degree. And at least for CUNY, for all the 25 CUNY schools, any degree, undergraduate or graduate degree, you can use that TOEFL test. If you are an international student with an F1 student visa, you can use that test in our program to apply. All right, and we are opening a new site. We are opening our St. George site that belongs to the College of Staten Island. That's near the ferry. Is just a block away, 2 blocks away from the Staten Island ferry terminal. And we are opening that next year in January. This is new, and that's going to be just a very small program, not available for student visa holders, just for residents that are Staten Island residents, the ones that already live here. And it doesn't matter your immigration status. Anybody can join that program from 9 to 11 a.m. or from 6 to 8 p.m. Okay, so we are opening 2 schedules. This is the first time. We hope we can open with a minimum of students, but we have daytime from 9 to 11 a.m. and an evening schedule from 6 to 8 p.m. Just 2 hours per day, 4 days a week. That means Tuesday to Friday in the semester next spring, or in the summer where it's going to be Monday to Thursday. So I hope you join. If you live close to St. George, you can register for that program. If the main campus is too far from your home, you can register in St. George. If you live in Manhattan, maybe you want to take the ferry to Staten Island for the classes. Or maybe you have the train, the Staten Island train that goes from the south of Staten Island to the north of Staten Island. And probably it's easier to take the train to St. George instead of coming to the main campus. You can also think about it. All right. So that's the St. George. Now, what are you going to study? So these are the courses. We have reading and writing, grammar and conversation. That's for all the programs, for St. George, for the online program, for our intensive program, daytime and evening. You are going to learn about your reading skills. You're going to improve a lot of vocabulary there, spelling. Like at the beginning, like I was telling you, like, is it responsible or responsible? What is the right word? Well, in those classes, you're going to learn that the right word is responsible, right? With I, responsible. Well, there you go. And writing, and a lot of writing skills, especially for those that are going to apply for any CUNY school, the ones that are applying for a job. You are going to improve your writing skills, how to write an essay, not just a paragraph, but an essay. If you are going to be in our intermediate or in our advanced level classes, you're going to improve a lot of your writing skills. All right. So you can do a lot of, you're going to start with topic sentences, with complex sentences. And in that class, you're going to have a lot of it. And then in grammar classes, we work, for example, with a focus on grammar with a Pearson publisher book that really helps students understand not just the grammar rule, but also the usage of grammar. So it's not just learning about the rules, it's also learning about how to use it if for formal, for informal situations, what kind of grammar expressions you can use. All right. And the most important, the ones that a lot of students tell me, teacher, I understand what I read. Every time I watch television, I understand. When I watch a movie, I understand. When I read a book, when I read something on the street, but I can't speak. I'm shy, or I'm not shy, but I can't speak. I don't have that ability of speaking skills. This is the most important course for a lot of people, the conversation. Probably in any language, that's the last skill you master, right? Because you have to express yourself. You have to sometimes in a middle of a conversation, you don't have a reading or grammar book in your hand. You just have to say something and you have to remember vocabulary, of course, but a lot of students feel shy because maybe their pronunciation is not, or their accent, maybe they feel a little shy because of their accent. Well, in class, you're gonna learn about accent reduction. That's how it's called. And but also you're gonna learn about pronunciation. And there is nothing wrong about your accent. Accents are usually part of our culture. So if you have your, I don't know, like an Arab accent or an Italian accent, that's pretty cool. Keep it. But of course, you're also gonna learn some fluency. skills for a conversation. You're going to learn about pronunciation, of course, and some accents. Probably they're going to tell you the accent, how English sounds in Texas or in New York, or like here, like in Staten Island. A lot of people say that they have an Italian English accent, right? So I'm sure your teachers are gonna show you different types of accents from British or Australian and different words. So yeah, that's the conversation part, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy those classes. All of those, reading, writing, grammar, and conversation, are offered in our intensive program, in our online program, and that's also gonna be offered in St. George. And then the last one, it's TOEFL. So that's a test of English for foreign learners, or for as a foreign language. And that's an official English test that helps students apply for any CUNY undergraduate or graduate degree. But also, if you are planning to take the IELTS exam, this TOEFL course is also going to help you to do that test. So because it's another English test. So this TOEFL course helps you with especially your listening skills, a lot of listening exercises, a lot of readings, very complex, dense readings, and you're going to learn a lot of new vocabulary, probably very complex formal vocabulary, probably words that you have never seen before, definitely, and very complex grammar structures. So in the test, the TOEFL test, it's evaluates your listening, your written structure abilities, and your reading abilities. So, and the last day of the course, you have a TOEFL test. This TOEFL course is only for the intensive English program, the daytime schedule, and also for the online program. So the TOEFL course is not offered in the evening on campus, and the TOEFL course is not offered in our St. George campus. Okay. All right, there you go. So those are the courses we have. And this is what I was telling you about the programs. The program in St. George, it belongs to the College of Staten Island. It's a really new program. So if you live near the ferry, if you live in St. George, or if the train, it's a better transportation for you to study here, you can register for our St. George program. Again, this is a new program, so we don't know if we're gonna open. That will depend on the number of students that register for the daytime or the evening schedule. Okay, so that's what we have. We're excited about that program. I hope we open it next January 17. We start classes. All right, that's for St. George. And a lot of people, the most important is how much the programs are. Okay, no problem. So we have the intensive English program. It's because it is the one with more hours. That's $3,400 for the ones that come from abroad, that are coming with a student visa from their own home countries. But if you already live here in the US, it doesn't matter your immigration status, but usually we call it Staten Island residents or Staten Island citizens, right? Staten Island residents, I'm sorry. So we have a 10% discount on the tuition fee. That's for the semester. And for the summer, there's also a 10% discount on the summer term, the 6-week program. And then we have our evening program on campus. That's 2,320 for 16 weeks and 870 for the summer term evening. And if you want to go online, the semester term, the 16 weeks is 2,880. And if you register for our online program during the summer, that's 1,080, 1080. All right. If you join our St. George program, because it's just a 2-hour program, it's of course cheaper, and that's only 1,280 or 1,280. Oh, that's a good lesson. Sometimes the numbers are pronounce half of it, right? You can say 1,280 or you can say 1,280, more informal, right? 1,280. There you go. Or if you want to join our summer program in St. George between May and August, that's just going to be 480 for 6 weeks. So those are our costs. In case you want to learn about them, these prices are not going to change next year. So there's not going to be an increase on those prices. So feel free to ask us again and you will have the same price. Okay. And there's an application fee for the ones that are coming from abroad. And with a student visa, there are other fees that you need to complete before applying to your student visa. Next week, we are going to have this same info session in our Instagram. So if you wanna watch this, or you wanna share this information, you can tell your friends that we're gonna be on Instagram. So we're gonna, if you know somebody that doesn't speak English and wants to have this info session in Spanish, we're going to have also an Spanish info session in 2 more weeks on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, we're going to put this video on our YouTube channel also, so anybody can watch it later. All right. So thank you very much. I think it was 30 minutes almost, and I don't want to take more of your time. So thank you for watching, and any question you have, please feel free to contact us. All right. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.